Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, the market is still open for about 48 more minutes here, but I've had my fun for the day. I am done for the moment at this point. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow morning. I have a couple of appointments and things I get done this afternoon. So, with that being said, let's quickly take a look at what we're looking at with these markets to build upon what you learned yesterday and also talk to you about why I was thinking how I was going to trade today and how that came to fruition. So, backing up for just a moment here, and again, you see the market still be bopping around here a little bit. It grossed about $1,500, which is great. Past performance not indicative of future results, but let's talk about how I got there today. So, first things first, we talked about this 390, 394 area, in particular 390, 392 area, even being a very key support level for the SPY. And well, you can see we got right down into that area here today, right in that 392, 390 area. So that was the first thing. That was key support. We also went ahead and had some long-term support that I pointed out in yesterday's video there as well on the daily chart. So we have weekly support underneath of us. We have daily support here as well. Then the other linchpin for me was this right here. We ended up having this really nice positive divergence, as you can see right there as well. So when I start going and seeing all of those things, I start looking at, are they going to hold at least temporarily this key support that, since it's one of the first tests of this area here. We had a test for the 394 a couple times, but now the 392 to 390 area is just starting to be tested. So initially you expect kind of a bounce off that. When you get the positive divergence here, you really that's kind of what you're looking at. Actually, before we go further here, let me just show you how you can take a look at this for yourself. So what you can see here, if you pull up the divergence tracker, add that inside of wealth charts, it will help you highlight in real time the different types of divergences at your disposal. It'll show you potentials, it'll show you confirms, everything else. So it's really easy to see those. All right. Now, with that being said, let's move over to the intraday charts. So what you can see is, since I was looking for the long side trading, what I really love to see is when we get an uptrend starting to go on the channel here, when we get buy side signals on the TRP, for instance, and we had all of that happen. It actually blasted right up here through target 2. Now remember, with target 2, if we break through target 2, I start looking for, what do we call it? Runaways, right? Well, it went ahead, and so of course I immediately was focusing on the long side right out of the gate with all this happening here because of the break. And then remember what I taught you yesterday, if you get a red dot in the uptrend, breaking above that red dot is a fresh re-entry, which also tied with the fresh TRP signal. And then that broke the target 2, which means after a pullback or whatnot, we expect higher highs. So you see, after a pullback, we expect higher highs. After a pullback, we expect higher highs. This time it did not get through target 2. It got right to the midpoint and then pulled back, and then ultimately got back up here again. So what's really nice is you can see all this very clearly with the TRP tools as an example. You see the trend. You see a breaking above red dots in the uptrend here. Breaking above red dots, those are re-entry opportunities, right? And then the fresh re-entry signals as they're going ahead and firing off in the uptrend here as well. And then again, breaking target 2, can lead to the runaways. So very similar to yesterday. Then if you're lucky enough to have wealth charts, then you kind of combine that here, and then you can see now here we actually had, as you can see, firing off breakout forecasters. What do those mean? After a pullback, we expect a higher high. And if you make with more breakout forecasters, then after a pullback, we expect a higher high, right? So what's happening here is there's multiple dimensions, multiple ways to look for these things. It all kind of started with the weekly chart still being above that 390, 394 area. The daily chart going and being right at key support in addition to the 390, 394 area, and positive divergence. So when I see positive divergences, I'm starting to look, because those have a pretty high degree of follow through. And then we saw earlier when I put it on there for you, the confirmed bullish divergence there. So so we're looking for an up move. So now I bring it right down into the intraday and I start looking for the buy side signals, and that's exactly what went ahead and happened here at times. So with that being said, you can see how this all comes together, which led to some great trading. Now, I just want to point something out. That's great. Did well again, with today's trading. That's great. But just understand that in the bigger picture, with hourly charts, we did have the nice positive divergence, which really has a nice follow-through percentage to it. However, in the perfect world, as a up-and-coming trader, a trader who's looking to go from cautious to calculated, typically we prefer to wait for the hourly charts to actually be into the up move. That being said, because of the high probability with the hourly chart, I elected to take that trade and do that trading, and I did more than one trade obviously, and that went ahead and worked out, and that's wonderful. I just want to point out though, there's always risk in trading, and to get the probabilities as high as possible, I'd love to see the hourly wherever possible into the direction of the trade as well. Okay, you guys have a phenomenal night, a great year, a great week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here in upcoming videos. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye bye for now.